Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Bruce Guillory here with Health Source Chiropractic in Atascocita, Texas, coming to you on Thursday, August the 5th, 2021. And I'm coming to you a little later today than normal because normally I put these emails out first thing in the morning on Thursdays and have my video done and my recipe of the week picked out and all those kind of things. Had a little challenge with that this week because I had an uncle of mine that had a phenomenal life. Passed away this week, and so his funeral was yesterday in Louisiana, and I wanted to go honor him and support his family and love on his family. So I was out there with my mom, who's 92 years old almost, and all three of my brothers and one of my sisters made it out there too. I say that because um, let me be honest with you here. After my uncle passed away, I had work on Wednesday yesterday, and I had some other things that I was scheduled to do yesterday that I thought for a bit were more important than let's say going to a funeral. So yeah, and significant people in my life spoke to me. Excuse me, I'm going to put my AirPod in so maybe you guys can hear a little better now. But significant people in my life spoke to me and talked to me about the importance of being at the funeral versus working and doing the things I thought were more important. And I'm so grateful for those folks that spoke into my life about that. So yeah, thank you guys. You know who you are. So appreciate that. So it made me think about some important things, okay? In looking at and listening to people honoring my uncle, yesterday made me think about super important things. And I said, let me spit out some good information today to my patients that I think are super important. One, as I've stated before, we always talk about eat well, move well, think well, rest well. And now after having lived through a pandemic and maybe living through it some more now, I guess, we know the importance of him connecting well. And I will tell you that getting to visit with some of my cousins yesterday at the funeral for Uncle AC was an important time of connecting. Super important time. I have a coffee date lined up with a good friend of mine, Tim, on Saturday. He and I are going to catch up and visit and see what's new in each other's lives. Connect well. So important. A very, very important part of living well. All right. So I've got a handful of ideas to talk about. 3 quick ideas. One of which has to do with, I just had a patient leave here literally a couple of minutes ago that I grew up with this lady and a great family friend and like a sister to me. And we talked about foam rolling. And she said, I got to remember how to foam. She says, I have to remember to foam roll when I'm not hurting. So my suggestion to her was, hey, Ann, what I want you to do is take this quick, easy tip here. Just pick a standard time that you're going to do it and schedule it into your life. 4 o'clock, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to foam roll. Or whatever the habit may be. When you need to instill a new habit, schedule it. That's the thing to do, schedule it. It happens at 4 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bar nothing. It happens at 4 o'clock, okay? Because it's easier to wake up knowing, hey, I have this to do at 4 o'clock in the afternoon than to go, when am I going to get that done today? No, it's already part of your life. So you want to instill some new good health habits? Then what you need to do is install them by scheduling them and making them just part of your world, okay? Now, I often talk about the quantity and quality of the calories we put in our body as being super important. We obviously don't want to eat too much food at a time. That's important. And if you ever do eat too much food at a time, you often will notice things like your heart rate starts pounding a little faster, that sort of thing when you have too much food. So keep that in mind. It's your body responding to something negative, so we don't want that going on, right? So anyway, quantity and quality of calories is important, but I want you to think about the quantity and the quality, particularly the quality of what you allow in your mind. Because a body filled up with junk food struggles to move well. A body filled up with junk food struggles to move well. How many of you guys really feel like exercising after you've had a pizza? Probably not too many, correct? Or a McDonald's fast food meal, combo meal, something like that. We don't feel like exercising. A body filled with junk food has a hard time moving well. A body filled with junk thoughts, what I call junk food for the mind, struggles to think well. A mind filled with junk food struggles to think well. So be protective. Be massively protective. Be so intensely protective of your mind so that you can think well and think appropriately, right? I've said this before, it always bears repeating. When we allow a ton of junk food into our mind, it's going to do nothing but stress us. It doesn't mean you can't sit down and watch a sitcom or a good movie, that sort of thing. That's not what I'm saying, or maybe you're really into watching a series on Netflix. Good. But don't let it control yourself, and make sure you don't let it control your time, become so fixated on it that you don't give yourself time to really nourish your mind, right? Because a mind filled with junk food thoughts struggles to think well, right? Keep that in mind too. Now, I also want you to know, just another thought process I had here is I had a conversation with a patient just about an hour ago, that it's important that we ask ourselves the right question, because different meanings can be assigned to the same events based on how we look at them. We're living through this pandemic issue, and there's a spike in cases occurring again, and there's a lot of wondering going on in the world about that, and I'm not getting political about it. There's just definitely some wondering about it. We can ask a couple of questions. We could ask, hey, why is this going on? What are we going to do about this? What's next? We can look at it that way, or we can say, hey, what can I do to put myself in a position where I don't have to be concerned about this so much anymore? And what can you do? Take really good care of yourself. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Eat well, move well, think well, connect well, rest well, right? Ask the right questions, you get the right answers. If you ask yourself the question, why can't I lose weight? Why can't I not lose weight? You'll come up with answers to give you a reason to not be able to lose weight. But if you say to yourself, how can I do this better? What changes can I make to move myself in a more healthy direction? What do I need to do to lower stress levels in my life? Those are probably more empowering questions than the other questions. So 3 quick tips there. Make sure you're building habits appropriately and building good, healthy habits into your life and scheduling things you know you need to do. Spend more time searching for great information to fill your mind with, right? And ask yourself the right questions when things are happening that aren't going well in your life, and look for better answers. Simple tips there. Okay, that's my tips for the day. Wellness tips for the day. Hope you put them to use. Share this information with somebody you know and love that could benefit from it. I think it's good stuff. I got the ideas from an email that I get, but I kind of tweaked them based on some things related to healthcare. And I want to tell you that down below on this email, we are giving you a really great looking recipe that I've not tried yet, but maybe this weekend I'll do it. It's called, I love Philly cheesesteak. Now, I don't want to eat bread, right? I want to stay away from bread as much as I can because it's just bad. Remember, bread, bad. But I love Philly cheesesteaks. So I made a Philly cheesesteak casserole that I shared with you guys on this not long ago, but I just saw a recipe for Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers. So like bell peppers, and make the Philly cheesesteak mix, stick them in there, and you get some good vegetables in there along with the meat and the other things you put in a Philly cheesesteak. Should be really, really tasty. It's making me hungry just thinking about it. That is on this email too. Give it a go. Tell us how you liked it. Tell us what you did differently to make it even tastier. And we'd love to share that information with a lot of folks and get good, healthy, tasty recipes out to our community. All right, so today's Thursday. We've already seen patients this morning. We don't typically, because we typically are doing other work like an email that we send out to all of you guys. But we saw patients this morning. We're seeing patients this afternoon, and we'll be in for our normal half-day Friday mañana tomorrow. And we're ready to see you and your loved ones. We want to thank you guys for all the great referrals y'all are sending us. Holy moly, we've been getting referrals just like mad. We can't seem to stop it, and we don't want to stop it. But thank you for trusting us with your family, your friends, your loved ones for referrals to our office. And if you have somebody else that needs to come in, tell them to give us a shout at 281-852-5600. And remember, when you refer people in right now, you get 10 extra chances to win a dinner cruise for 2 on the Colonel paddle wheel boat that we'll be doing a drawing for at the end of September, the first part of October. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, go to healthsourceescape.com, sign up to win 3 days and 2 nights at the Hyatt Regency Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. Remember, it also includes a $1,000 spending credit at the spa, so it could be an amazing trip to win. And we can't wait to be able to give away our dinner for 2 on the Colonel paddle wheel boat to whoever's going to be the lucky winner for that. Every time you come in, you get a chance to do it. Refer somebody to us, you get 10 more chances to do that. All right, that's all I got to say for today. You guys have an amazing, incredible, and finish strong type end to your week, and we'll catch up with you guys again soon. Hey, share this information with folks that you think could use it too. All right, take care now. Bye bye.